You realize episode Tree Fitty was 200 episodes ago.
Podcast man.
So long
It is
ago.
so long ago. It's weird, isn't it?
50. Yeah. Yeesh.
I know. It's like, what?
Yeesh.
What happened?
Yes. Many a thing happened in that time.
How long have we been officially doing this?
I don't know. 70, 80 years, it feels like.
Time.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just...
Since we rock and rolled?
Yes, exactly. Let me go to our classic website here, and
I mean, it's been over 10 years, I believe, but we're working toward something like that. I don't know.
It's a lot.
A while. Yep. So, man, this I gotta tell you, this weather of this country's, oh boy, is it kicking my ass
I was
for the
curious about that because it's been nutty.
It's like 50 degrees one day, snow the next. You know, like today or yesterday, it was what, over 60, I think.
Well, today that was yesterday. Today it kind of dropped again. It's like in the 20s and shit.
But in like 2 days, we're supposed to have 2 to 4 inches of snow again.
Just to let you know, Brian, we started this nonsense August 2nd of 2011.
Wow.
So we're over 10 years doing this shit.
Wow.
You would have thought we'd have like money and riches. I mean, I say, because no one can dispute me, because I have a microphone and I'm on the internet. We're one of the first podcasts ever.
Even though I know that's not accurate, I'll agree with you. Yeah. I mean, you know, when we started this thing, all we needed was a laugh.
Right?
Years have gone by. I say we've kicked some ass. Very
nice.
Enough my crew for now.
Please, because I hear it every fucking day at work.
Oh, really?
Dude. He's a nice guy, but there's a guy I work with that lives and breathes Motley Crue, and he listens to the same playlist every day. There's some days I've heard girls 3 times.
Like, what I don't understand is, like, I mean, I dig it, you know, having your preferred playlist and everything, but I feel like, you know, maybe have more than one so that you're not listening to just the same stuff.
It's a long playlist, but you know, I've been doing, you know, my current job, and although I could always hear it before when I was working my other position, but it's like, it may be a broad playlist, but it's still the same songs every day, and eventually, and it's a lot of Motley Crue. Sometimes it's a live cut, sometimes it's not.
The way he started the playlist was he just put their whole discography in there, including every live concert, every whatever he could find out. I mean,
sometimes it's the point, like our dock guys who are way on the other side of the building, but you know, the way that the thing's set up, because our line is long, you can see it, you know, the docks, and they'll just walk by and they'll just be like, girls. It's something.
It does. I mean, it's like you dig something until it's just driven into your head with a hammer.
Dare I say, Brian, it's ruined the crew for me. Although I do want to watch that Pam and Tommy series, but
I heard that was like when I worked at Collector's World. Remember, I was like, dude, some like AC/DC got ruined for me working there.
What about Load and Reload?
Used to listen to it. Oh man, yeah.
You ain't my bitch. I mean, how many times you hear that?
Oh, too many. Too many, right? That's for sure. Yeah, but oh boy, for a long time though, it was like he'd get on like one band and just that was it for like a month, you know, and you're just or longer, and you're like, oh, dude, enough already.
How many times do you have to listen to Accept? Fast like a shark.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Right? Like I don't need to hear the Scorpions anymore.
And you remember too, he had that like 100-disc CD changer, and you would hit shuffle, but it would always play the same shit.
Yeah. Well, we had that. We kind of had that issue at our shop too. Remember, with that shuffler or the disc changer that you had, and we play it, and it was like some days it would play. It was so weird how it was like, is there some way that it's just like, oh, today I'm playing all the Pink Floyd,
Yeah,
basically,
it's weird.
you know? Then you won't hear it again for like a month. It's very weird.
Like there is literally days of music in this thing.
Yeah, but we keep getting
shit.
songs off the same album even sometimes.
Like, can I hit shuffle deep cut or something?
Right? Yeah. It's like, oh man.
So yeah, Motley Crue, I can't listen to it anymore, just saying. Although I have seen them in concert. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Perry, actually. Not over,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Anywho. Oh God, I'm dying.
Jeez, dude. Come on.
I know, right? Okay.
You've made it this far. You can't die on me now.
Not to. Like, just like I think the girls I yelled out over here, maybe doing the head field, it kind of just fucked me.
It just loosened some stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. Some polyps or something.
Just, you just had a little something in there, and it just jostled it loose. You all right?
Shook it up.
You just need to do more of it.
Oh, is that the solution?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Clearly. More, you ain't my bitch. That's.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can listen to those albums again now.
I can listen to some of the songs.
But at the time,
there's still songs I hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it was very weird.
It was definitely something.
It was a strange time, that's for sure.
Oh, man. So, yeah, how's Bryan? Besides, being beaten down by the atmosphere.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's been pretty rough. But aside from that, not too bad. It was funny, though. Last week when we recorded, do you remember how before we started recording, I was like, I'm like, for some reason, I can't seem to hear you out of both headphones, and so I unplug it from the board and unplug the adapter thing and whatever, and then plug everything back in, and then it seemed to be okay. Well, when we went to record The Crazy Life, me and Jen were on, and I could not hear anything out of my right headphone, and in the left speaker I could hear, but it was super. Basically, the best way I can describe it is it sounded like someone turned the balance all the way left and then turned the volume all the way down to like 1.
Weird. Okay.
So I could barely hear anything, and it was only in the left side. So and I mean, I'm sitting here going through everything I can look at and change, every settings. I'm going through the Skype settings, the Audacity settings, the computer settings, the my graphics card settings to make sure I didn't monkey something up there that would ruin something, so I'm just going through all this and Google searching how to fix this problem and cannot come up with anything. And I'm just like, and I was like, well, maybe it's maybe there's something with the headphone jack or whatever. So I go over and I go to unplug it. When I do, I happen to look at the thing that runs from the headphone jack. There's like an adapter that runs between that and my the part that plugs into the headphone jack on the computer. Well, I see that the one end of the adapter is not seated all the way.
There you go.
So I plug that in, and
did you get all the sound? Oh
no, I could hear better, but it still sounded like Jen was basically like she was using her phone. It was almost like if you set your phone down and walked in the other room and were talking. So I could hear her, but in order to really get the audio, I was turning things way up, and then as I was trying to do a recording in Audacity, I could tell from process of elimination that basically what was happening was the programs were not reading the board. And I could not get it figured out. So what I ended up doing was turning a bunch of shit up on the mixer so that I could hear. And I'm like, well, we'll just have to go with this until I can figure out something else. Well, Heno jumped on later, and I slid over in my chair to the right to, look at the board because I was going to really look at the dials, because I'm like, I bet when I was setting this computer up, I bet I've fiddled with something without meaning to.
Don't touch my knobs.
Right. Well, what it was the other side of the adapter was also not seated properly.
Oh boy.
So as soon as I plug that in, man, it's like when, how like when your ears are plugged and they open and you're like, oh my God, that's what it was. As soon as I plugged that in, man, I could hear them both sides. Everything sounded great. Like even tonight, I've had no issues. So all this time where I've mentioned you, I'm like, damn it, I can't seem to hear out of both my speakers. It's probably been that some bitch has been loose. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Brian. It's like the first thing to check is the cords. You check to make sure everything's seated properly. Then and also the whole, are you sure it's are you sure it's plugged in? Are you sure it's powered on? Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Did you forget you jam pens in your ears?
Right. I was like, fucking A. I felt so stupid because it's literally something I should have looked at right away and just
I was fully expecting you to say you had the sound equivalent of when you're day drinking and you open that door to go outside from the bar and it's like, it's so bright. But I thought it was gonna be that loud, in your ears.
I mean, I will say, well, keep in mind, I had turned a bunch of dials way up because everything was so muted. So when it did come on, it was very much like like how if in the old days, like if you forget to turn the volume down on your radio in your car, then you start it up and it's like, wah, and you're like, like it was the kind of that. Because when I plugged it in, I kind of jumped a little bit because the audio was so jarring.
Yeah, I've fiddled.
Thank God I was only talking with Heno. I didn't have music or something blaring in my ears.
Hardcore pornography.
Sure. Well, that was going, but I I'm a gentleman. I muted it. Yeah. I didn't want Heno to think I was ignoring him, even though I could probably see the reflection in my glasses.
He's watching the same one.
Yeah. In my glasses. Yeah. He's just got my picture zoomed way in.
Yeah, I've gotten into the habit of whenever I'm fucking with my audio cables, I put my headphones on my microphone arm. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been screwing around and you're just like, like, thank God that wasn't on my head. Yeah. Like all the dogs in the neighborhood are like, Right.
Oh, man. I just felt like such an idiot after that. But
at least you figured it out.
Whatever. Because my next step was to take a picture of the mixer and send it to Heno and be like, is there anything that looks weird here? Is there anything that you see maybe I fiddled with because I don't really know what a lot of these dials do.
I mean, it'd be hilarious, Brian. When you're having problems or just make believe problems like that. Be like, Heno, can I just take a picture of this mixer and send it to you and just send him a picture of a KitchenAid or something?
Oh,
although if Heno, I hope he still listens to the podcast, but if he listens, it's already been given away, so whatever.
Right. Well, I'll just have to switch it to something else, like my balls or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a peach?
Not
again!
Damn it, man!
Yeah.
Good time.
So yeah, that was a fun day. So we were supposed to record on, I don't remember what day. I think it was Friday. And because of that, I couldn't figure it out until late Friday. So we ended up having to push our recording another day and,
I mean,
whatever.
That's honestly been the story of our lives. This past month is pushing back recording days.
For both shows, man, for the last 2
weird,
months.
Hasn't it?
Just everything. I mean, with a lot of the stuff I've talked about that's gone on, that's pushed some stuff. The weather being wonky has fucked my head up and pushed some stuff. And you've had some stuff.
They've had shit.
Yeah, it's just been
a appointments. It's been a whole thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Anyone listening, if you're thinking about doing a podcast, do a podcast where you can bank some episodes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we could bank episodes, but that involves forethought. We don't do that. No, we live by the seat of our pants.
what I would like to do is if we were going to bank some episodes, I'd like to do it more like a time capsule to where it's like we bank them, say, this week, and we don't drop them for like 5 years. That way, none of the references make any sense.
No one understands what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, it's just all just what the fuck are they talking about? Yeah. You know, like what's a cell phone? Yeah. Because by then I assume it will all be like Johnny Mnemonic. We're just
implants and shit.
You know, yeah. I just figure. I mean, you know, what's his nuts from Tesla already has been talking about that anyway.
I heard a lot of those chimps that they were testing implants on just died. So
yeah,
it's working out real well.
Best case scenario, you know, like that's how it should be. No, I don't mean the chimps dying. Just I mean, you know, me. Like, yeah, sure, go ahead and put this in my head.
I mean,
like,
I don't know if we need like chimps hooked to the internet. We saw how that worked out in the Age of Ultron. So,
right. Well, if the Simpsons taught us anything, they'll just write, "It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times." Well, I tweeted that out a few weeks ago. I was like, I really think when those chimps type that they really nailed it. Like, it does feel like the blurst of times, right?
The blurst of times.
Yep.
Man.
Good, bad. I'm the one with the gun.
Nice.
Anyway, right. Yeah. So yeah, I really haven't really done a whole bunch this week. It's been, pretty
chill.
Pretty chill, yeah. I was trying to think if there's anything I've done. I really have not done much. You know, I was with my brother yesterday because they're in the process of selling my grandma's house. He didn't have a vehicle to get some stuff out of there. Now he finally got a vehicle again, and like the house was being shown today, basically. So, you know, got to kind of really get
cracking.
Yeah. So he asked me if I could help him get some, you know, do a little cleaning and get some stuff out of there yesterday. And I was like, sure. And then that ended up taking longer than I thought. And as I texted with you, I totally forgot you and I were supposed to record. And then I was like, oh shit, it's 7:30 already and I'm not home. So, you know, and also him and I were in the middle of moving some stuff. So it was like, it would have probably been another half hour or so before I would have really been able to leave.
Honestly, it was probably for the best because yesterday was one of those days I was like, I got home from work, I was tired. I had a headache all day for some reason. I couldn't seem to shake it.
Too much Motley Crue.
I mean, probably.
You know what you should have done is gone to see Dr. Feelgood.
God damn it, Brian.
Bet he could have kickstarted your heart. Anyway, enough.
A little bit of, wild side, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, kickstart your heart and then send you home sweet home. Yeah. Tony, don't go away, man.
All right, that was a good one. Yeah. Almost maybe Primal Scream.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're back.
Back, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, so I probably would have just been like not really having it yesterday anyway. You know?
Yeah.
Although I did end up because I came up here. I'm like, I don't know, I haven't heard from Brian. I'm gonna head upstairs and like set some stuff up, and because 2 days ago I tried doing a Twitch stream. I did it. Yeah. I didn't try. I did it. And then when I looked at it, like for some reason the ratio was all squished. So I was like, it looks like I was doing it in a funhouse mirror.
Maybe that could have been your gimmick.
Maybe, but I'm looking at the like streaming program I have. I'm like, it looks fine. Why did it? So I'm like, I got to figure it out. And so, when you text me like, hey, sorry, man, I'm like, I was up here. I'm like, well, whatever. I'm going to figure out that Twitch thing. So I did a stream. I did like 4 streams yesterday trying to figure it out. I finally figured it out, and I did an actual legit stream of playing a game. But
nice. Minesweeper?
Dude, I wish. That's this game. Yeah. It's this game called Papers, Please. And it's basically like a immigration booth simulator.
Oh, my.
It's interesting.
What? What?
It's a Steam game. It's like it's like very 8-bit graphics, and it's all about correlation, and like you interrogate people and can detain them, and you're just working this toll booth in this immigration booth in like this kind of like Eastern Bloc country that is becoming not radicalized. It's basically like old school Russia. And it's like, no one with these papers, they can't come in. If you let them in, they start like fining you, and your family starts getting sick because you're making no money and you can't feed them.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on day 6, I think. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've had 2 terrorist attacks so far in my booth.
Wait, just on your booth?
Just like people come through, and then like because it's like an overhead shot of the booth.
Yeah.
And then you see that, and then you have like your desk and stuff. You see the people when they come up, and when you let them through, you can see them walk through. And like one guy walked through, and then you just see his word bubble goes like "glory to," and he yells some country, and then he just blows up and kills the guards around him. It's like Jesus,
what an asshole.
Yeah, so it's an interesting game though. Papers, please.
Papers, please.
Yeah, so all right. Twitch.tv/damndirtyape. With a 1 in there. I'm not going to spell it out for you.
Yeah, it's too difficult.
It really is.
That's how the got in there in the first place. Tony can't spell very well.
Yeah, it sucks because someone took my damn dirty ape. So I had to get creative.
Should have went with damn dirty apes. That would have been a great inside joke.
Right. So yeah, the Twitch thing, that's been fun. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do it downstairs and play some shooters.
Right. Or some totally nude Oculus.
Hell yeah. What's weird is you can stream on the Oculus. You can't stream to Twitch without like all these weird side-loaded shit. Because it's a Facebook thing. Weird. You can go Facebook Live.
Right, of course,
like, well, I would rather go to Twitch.
Right. They want you to stay in the metaverse.
Yeah. Oh, I found a story about that. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll get to that later, though.
All right, fair enough.
What else did I do? Oh, I spent like $500 this week. That sucked. No.
Nice. I assume on blowing hookers.
Car problems.
Oh. Close enough.
Here's me driving to work Friday. This is great. I'm going to work Friday. Woo. Here's me leaving work. Man, I can't wait to get home. Car won't start.
Oh.
And it wasn't like the click of death where you're like, oh, starter. It wasn't like it was legit trying to start. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Michelle's home. I have AAA. So called her. Hey, I need you to pick me up for work. Called AAA. Hey, I need you to tow my car to this place. So it turns out is my car, Brian, and I guess a lot of cars have this now, has a sensor in the oil sending unit that when the sensor goes out, it doesn't detect oil pressure, so it won't let your engine start, so you don't kill your engine. Which, makes sense. It's nice, but still, fuck you.
Right.
Yeah, and they ended up fixing a couple other things I've been kind of putting off. I've had that check engine light on there for about 8 years or something.
They just put a piece of tape over it. Yeah.
That is the old. I was about ready to do that.
That's all fixed.
So it was. I guess I'm glad they got this stuff fixed because soon I'm going to be selling that car to my daughter.
Yeah.
So.
But also, you would have preferred
it would have been great not dropping $5 bills on something. Because it was like, this is one of those months. I'm like, oh, look at the money going out. Look at the money coming in. I'm like, oh, like I might have a little play money. This might be fun. Nah, right to the car.
That'll teach you to have fun. Yeah.
Right to the old car. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Car must have heard you saying it. Car's like, I'll show him.
That sucks. Whatever. Like I said, it is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then like for some reason this week at work, dude, I like moving and shaking,
Yeah.
This week at work, I've just been stuck behind a console every day, and it's killing me.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if the console was a PS4.
Be sick. Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
That'd be great, but no, it's just me standing there and just like, it's just, I don't know. It's been a weird week at work. I'm ready. I got to go in early tomorrow because I haven't because when I'm standing at the console, the stuff I normally take care of when I have downtime, I can't. So I got to go in early to take care of it. It's just whatever. It's been a day, Brian.
Sounds like horseshit right? to me.
Horseshit!
Exactly.
When you drink out of that can, since it's a green can of some sort, there was just a hole in your face. It was pretty fun.
Excellent. Good to know. I should just get a plain green koozie.
That'd be great.
So anytime I'm drinking something, there's just some weird hole in my face. On.
Did I tell you what they sell at Five Below? Maybe I did.
Many a weird treasures.
This one's actually kind of cool. For the low price of $10, which I've looked on like Amazon, you can buy these off Amazon for way more money. It's a it's a circle of green screen that attaches to your chair.
Yeah, I don't know if you said it on the show, but I think you told me about it when I was over.
I mean, how cool is that? For $10? I mean, really? That's really like perfect for this kind of situation.
Right. Or anything you're going to, go to a kid's soccer game, put that on your chair and just go live and put whatever background you want.
You're not wrong.
Hey, look, I'm in Aruba.
You're not wrong. Well, it seems like every video chat, with the exception of probably like FaceTime, but they seem to have like green screen effects now built into them. I think that's great. Like the last time we were at Five, I can't remember what we were looking for. I saw it. I was like, oh no, it was when you came over because I bought those microphones that we couldn't use, which I now have the cord. We can use them. So the next time we do a sweet and salty, which I'm still working on those other two videos. Oh, and it's sweet and salty's up on YouTube. Yeah. I have to make sure I give you the links so you can put in the show notes.
Yeah, I have it already.
Well, never mind then.
I was going to bring it up since you had it posted. So yeah, go check that out at Salty Language Pod on YouTube.
Pod on YouTube. That's where we tasted the Bud Light Hard Seltzer Soda Pack. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. That.
I mean, it correlates. I have a news story, Brian.
Okay.
Like I said, it correlates, so I'm going to bring it up. Yes. Just drag it over here. Bing. So Florida residents, weird. You might find that shocking. It's always about Florida. Are going to be the first in the nation to be subjugated to hard Mountain Dew.
I actually have that story pulled up too. Yeah.
I mean, since we're talking about.
I mean, you do know when that hits here, we have to try that, right?
Yeah, I know.
There's no way around that.
Unrolled to more states in the coming months by Blue Cloud Distribution. Hard Mountain Dew mix pack. I can't. Oh, it does say zero sugar. That's like my one thing with Mountain Dew. It's so fucking sweet.
Here's something weird though, because it says the new 100-calorie spiked seltzer contains 5% alcohol by volume, blah blah. But it's available in either 24-ounce single-serve cans or 12 packs of 12-ounce cans. But it says zero sugar on the thing. How does it still have 100 calories?
I don't know.
Like usually in drinks, that's where the calories come from, is the sugar.
It's a good question.
Weird. I wonder. Or either that or it's a typo. Because these certainly say zero sugar on them. And even the box that they show, the 12-pack or whatever, says zero sugar on it. I don't see any that don't say that.
See the flavors available? Got OG Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Black Cherry, and Watermelon.
Yep.
Baja Blast. I mean,
I know.
You know I'm down because, we do shit for the team, but I'm not super excited about this one. This is going to be caffeinated too, I wonder.
I hope so.
I wonder if we can get some more information here.
Listen, if it says the word,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Because that's horseshit otherwise. Otherwise, it's just another whatever else.
I mean,
Come on.
I want the official, like, fucking, who's distributing this?
Boston Beer Company.
Is it Boston Beer Company?
Yep. I think. Well, Blue Cloud Distribution is an entity created by PepsiCo and Boston Beer Company solely to distribute this new type of dew.
Boston Beer Company partners with PepsiCo. Yep, all right. Experience the hard, bold flavors. Okay. Perfect for occasions to dial up the fun. Okay, I just want to know about the caffeine, yo.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't say shit about it. Huh.
Sounds like horseshit to me also.
It does, doesn't it? Well, yeah, I know. I know it's going to be our thing.
You know? Yeah. No caffeine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, it says 100 calories. The new hard seltzer features 0 added sugar and no caffeine. Well, that sounds like horseshit.
Wow.
Also, how's Iowa getting this before us?
God damn, Boston Beer. I didn't realize how many things they own.
Do they not understand that we live in the south of the north?
But it's Iowa.
Iowa.
You know, Iowa.
Exactly. There's only one good thing about Iowa.
What's that?
I don't know. I mean, Slipknot, if you're a Slipknot fan.
Yeah, I'll give it that. That's cool.
What? No stimulants in this either? What the fuck?
Got to add our own stimulants.
I just found this article that says here's why hard Mountain Dew won't give you a jolt like the OG. Man, no stimulant though?
So what's the reasoning? Because it doesn't have caffeine in it? Because it's alcoholic or it's a downer?
I guess, yeah. 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, yeah. That's what I was looking to see. Because I really and truly thought this was going to be like Four Loko. That's what I thought this was going to be.
That's probably why they don't do it, is because all the nonsense of Four Loko.
Yeah, you know? I guess.
I mean, let's be real.
I guess.
I mean, as much as... Did you ever try Four Loko?
No, I never did.
It wasn't that amazing.
I'll be honest. Realistically, I was a little bit of like, I really don't like the idea of mixing an upper and a downer.
I mean, you know me, back in the day, I was like, fucking Jaeger bombs, woo! You know?
Right. That's part of why I never got into also, you know, Jaeger.
Yeah, but I mean, besides it being delicious, what's the problem?
Yeah, anyway, yeah, this doesn't really say much else on there, though. Right. So. Oh, well. Yeah. We'll still have to give it a go, though.
That's true. I mean, we have a couple things on deck. I mean, you know, Big Dev suggested we do the Truly Margarita pack. If we were smart, we would have done it yesterday. Because yesterday was National Margarita Day, and that would have been just a good time.
Yeah.
But it's also a school night, and obviously we already said earlier in the show we were busy.
Nah, that would have been just fine.
That would have been a time. Or we would have done it and released it, and that would have been a smart move.
That would have been the smarter move, but, yeah. You know,
no one ever said we're smart.
No, we don't plan ahead well, that's for sure.
I could barely tie my shoes.
Florida, Tennessee, and Iowa, they say.
I mean, Tennessee makes sense.
Tennessee?
Yeah. You know, because it's got to be like the birthplace of Mountain Dew or whatever. Goddamn yokels and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Iowa's weird, though. Unless it was just to kind of spread it out across the country to test, like, distribution.
Yeah, maybe.
You know? Or something. I don't know. I mean, Florida 100% makes sense. Tennessee, I'm with you. Iowa's weird, though.
Yeah. Of all the states, you know, if someone would be like, guess where we're going to release Hard Mountain Dew, and 90% of people are going to be like, Florida.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. That would have been, I think, almost everyone's first guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're right. Somewhere around Tennessee or whatever might have gotten a second one but only, I guess, if you kind of know the, like, you know, history of it a little bit.
Right.
Because it is a pretty rednecky drink. I'm sure West Virginia consumes a lot of it too.
Oh, I would guarantee it.
Yeah. My people like their meth mouth. So
good old Mountain Dew mouth. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Summer teeth.
Some aren't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Uh,
Yikes.
so yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, check out on Salty Language Pod on YouTube, the sweet and salty language. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna give it away, but you know.
Check out all of them that we've done.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, if you watch the, because I don't know why I haven't been doing this whole time, because I just don't pay attention when I'm posting videos and I just plow through the shit.
Yeah.
But if you watch the whole sweet and salty language, at the very end, you'll be presented with links to the other ones, like a true YouTube douche.
Right. But also, of course, don't forget to mush the subscribe button and the notifications thing and share it. And I don't know what else. Download it. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, all the things. Hit the little
All
ding
the
bell thing. So when we post a
Yeah.
video, you'd be like, fuck, a video got posted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, stuff like that.
Perfect.
Exactly. Anywho, moving on. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, I clicked the wrong button. I'm pulling up things I don't need to be pulling up. There you
Like porn.
go. So I've been watching in my spare time, Brian. Because normally in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, I throw my earbuds in, I'm packing my lunch, I just pull up some YouTube videos.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point where my recommended stuff I just don't give a shit about. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like seeking out new content.
It's fair. Yeah.
Because YouTube's a vast wasteland where Salty Language
Yeah, it
Pod rules supreme.
Sure.
So I was like, well, let me see what's up on Netflix. There's got to be something I can watch. I've been watching Cobra Kai. That is a delightful program. It is very, very good stuff. I'm still in season 1.
Right.
It
seems. I mean, they're into what, like season 3 or 4?
Something like that.
Now, I believe. So yeah, it's clearly done well.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it used to be a YouTube exclusive show. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I don't really care. I'm just glad I can watch it now. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, like I almost want to buy a Cobra Kai shirt. So much I've been enjoying it. I want to walk around with a black shirt and a giant yellow cobra on it. Strike fast, no mercy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of us, growing up on the Karate Kid anyway. So
I mean, I won't. I thought you watched it for some reason, but I won't really give any plot points away per se. Although I'm sure some people listening are probably like, yeah, we already know all this stuff. But Brian doesn't. You savages.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I finished Peacemaker this past week because that was the last episode of the season, and I really enjoyed the show. I don't know. I kind of feel like the last episode, I kind of felt like I saw most of it coming. Like I felt like it was pretty predictable. I'm not saying I'm any genius here. I'm not like Columbo or something, but I just I don't know. I felt like it was kind of like, but whatever. But James Gunn confirmed that it does have a season 2 coming.
Nice.
So I haven't seen if he's attached as far as like still directing it, because he directed, I think, at least most of, if not all the episodes.
Right.
But it was good though. It's definitely worth watching.
Something I watched. It was some older. God, I wish I could remember. It was either an old movie or an old TV show, and one of the writers was James Gunn. Like his name scrolled up, I'm like, oh! I wish I could remember what the fuck it was now.
It's funny when that happens, when you watch something old. Like an example, I was watching. I'm in another watch through of Golden Girls.
Naturally.
I'm in season 7, so it's going to be over pretty soon, and I'll have to find something else to watch. But one of the writers on an episode I watched last night or the night before was Mitchell Hurwitz, and I'm like, why does that name sound so familiar? And it's the creator of Arrested Development.
Oh, look at that!
And it's like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he worked on Golden Girls, because I do remember hearing that before. I'd completely forgotten it though. So, yeah, that's why I said it's interesting when you see names like that pop up, and you're like, I wonder if that's the same person. Sure enough, it is.
It's a small world. It's a small, crazy world, Brian.
I guess.
or something.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, because no more Peacemaker, no more Mandalorian 2.5. Right. No, those are over. We still got a little time before Moon Knight and or Obi-Wan. True. So, I'm gonna definitely have to find something to fill the gaps. So maybe I'll give your Cobra Kai a try.
Give it a few episodes. Plus, I mean, there's one thing I do enjoy is Coors Banquet beer is proudly presented throughout the show. I'm like, oh shit, he's drinking Banquets. The stubby bottles, hell yeah.
I appreciate that they, that it's not. Although I don't know, there is something I kind of have a nostalgia, like a feel for shows that don't do product placement.
Right.
Like there's something about like when if you catch an old episode of Roseanne where Dan's just drinking that like beer that's got like a plaid like can and it just says beer on it basically, like there's just something about that you're just like, yeah, and also on that show it felt right because I feel like, as much as Dan would have liked to have been a Budweiser man, I feel like his wallet. Yeah, exactly. The plaid blue ribbon,
exactly.
Probably some local beer or something, but whatever their local ale was or whatever lager.
Now you're paying twice as much for local beer as you do domestic.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which I'm fine with because it's delicious.
Yeah,
let's be honest here. Oh shit!
But yeah. I kind of miss how they used to do that in shows though, where they would make a product that was like, that's supposed to be this, but they clearly have monkeyed around with the label a little bit, so it's not, I kind of miss that. Because now everything, they just get a brand to do the product placement. And I don't know, it's just
and it's like, you always have the logo. It doesn't matter where the like drinky part of the can is, it got to be like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like a credit card commercial when they're swiping and they always have the logo to where you can read it, even though that isn't how it works when you're swiping a card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be great if someone was doing that in a show and they just like, it was wrote in there just to call them out. Like, why are you swiping like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they kind of did that in Wayne's World, but whatever.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He definitely called out product placement in that movie. Yeah. Why are you holding that can like that? Like what? Yeah.
Oh, good shit. Right? Good shit. Good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be sad though when I'm done with Golden Girls again.
I mean, you can always just restart it. Go watch Empty Nest.
Oh no, I'm good. I was not. I mean, I watched it when it was on in those days, but. Yeah, I'm good without a rewatch of that.
What about WKRP in Cincinnati?
That's a whole different story. I mean, Dr. Johnny Fever did just recently pass away.
I wonder if he died of a fever.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right?
Hope not. Hope it wasn't like dysentery or something.
That would suck.
Yeah. No good. No good.
Be a beloved TV character and you just die shitting yourself to death. Yes, it's no bueno.
Yeah, I feel like no matter who you are, dying that way is no good.
That's a fair point.
Even if you aren't. Something else I've been watching that I'm finding a new appreciation for is the Black Dynamite animated series.
Oh, okay.
Because Adult Swim's been showing it again, and when I first watched it, I was like, it's not as good as the movie, But watching it again, it's like there's some really good, just stupid shit in there that I'm really enjoying. Like the one I watched last night, it showed Black Dynamite when he was a little Dynamite, and he had a mustache. They show him watching TV, and the shadows cast on it still give him that real stern look that he always has, and he had a mustache and his afro, and then he ends up meeting his dad. And when his dad looks at him and he's like, you still have the same mustache you had when you were 8 years old. There's something about that picture because he's wearing like a shirt with like the cartoony Curtis the Frog on it. So it's like he's just this total little kid, but he's just got this very adult head on it.
That's kind of disturbing in a weird way.
They used to do on which was it? It was one of George Lopez's shows. They used to do that when they would show him having a flashback to when he was a kid. They would put his like adult head on the kid's body. It was great. It was one of their better bits on that show. So I'm a big fan of that kind of, and especially because Black Dynamite still had his mustache, but
I think that's a source of his power.
Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty epic mustache.
So, yeah, there's just some good shit in there because I think that's the episode where oh fuck, I forgot his name now. Curtis the Frog's kid is played by JB Smoove,
right.
and he there's like that character like whips people with his frog dick. It's pretty ridiculous. Anyway, but
there's
yeah,
nothing more ridiculous than frog dick.
No, it was. You ever been whipped by 50 feet of frog dick?
That's pretty funny.
Good shit. So yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying that more than I remember enjoying it the first go round.
I don't know if I've maybe watched an episode.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons of it, but they were like 4 years apart or 3 years apart. Apparently,
really.
Yeah, so it must have had that first season, and it must have just got shelved, and then a few years later, another season of it.
I mean, I feel like as the movie's getting older, it's like aging like fine wine. And people are like, have you seen this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they watch it, and then they tell their friends about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies. Dynamite.
I love
Dynamite.
That movie's so good. And the character names are so great, too, like Cream Corn.
Yeah.
Lauren that rhymes all the time. It's so good. Yeah.
Such a slice of the 70s blaxploitation movies.
Yeah, it really was, even though the movie was made in 2009.
Yes, exactly. It was great.
Yeah, the animated series was on, it shows from 2011 to 2015, but like I said, the first season was 2011. The second season was in like 2014 into 2015.
That's wild. That shit's wild.
Yeah. I know. I was looking to see where it's like where to watch it. It's on HBO Max. I was like, I know it's on one of the streaming services. So on HBO Max or Adult Swim if you have access to that, and you can of course, rent or buy it on that. But they've been showing it at like
or
4 in the morning on,
if you know the right website.
Yeah. But they've been showing it, I think, at about 4 in the morning on Adult Swim. So.
What, in place of my infomercials? What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah.
What if
Sorry, buddy.
Sushi Yoshi Copper Mats or whatever.
Tough. I'd rather watch Black Dynamite kick some honky ass.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Brian. You're right.
Dude, this episode they showed last night, though, was like the frog, like all his friends are like puppets also. Right. And just this whole fight scene of Black Dynamite and his crew just beating the shit out of this whole army of like puppets, like doing karate moves and breaking their arms, and you see stuffing come flying. So, yeah. Anyway, I think if you watch it, I think you got to really pay attention because some of the references and stuff in it are really good. There's a whole episode with Elvis to where Elvis, they think he died and they got to get him back to Graceland before Nixon figures out that he died while he was around black people. Otherwise, that'll give Nixon the ability to really come after black people and stuff. It's like I said, it's ridiculous, but it's also a lot of fun.
Silly. That's why we love it.
Yep. And quite a few like names in it too,
Yeah.
Like, they even got Erykah Badu to do a voice of a character in it.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Right? It's like, kind of not who you would expect there.
Right.
Anyway, enough about Black Dynamite.
Is there ever enough about Black Dynamite?
I gotta say that I wish they would make some pops of this or give me some action figures of Black Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yep. All right, enough with that.
So this, I'm sure I'll talk about on the next podcast too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So this Saturday, Michelle's got an art opening.
Oh yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Right? How fun is that?
Yeah.
At a distillery. That's even better.
Right. Because there'll be booze.
There will be booze. Yeah, I think it's she's like downplaying it. I'm like, no. This is cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
She's like, nah, I'm like, no, shut up. It's cool. Except that it's cool.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
It is cool. It really is. Because it's not something that everybody gets to try or do, that's in that kind of thing.
So she gets to like hang up her art in this distillery, and if people buy it, cool. If they don't, they get to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to deface all of it, but
like the Joker in the original Batman movie.
Yeah.
Playing Prince, spray painting and everything.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, if you walk in there jamming Prince, people probably be like, yeah, all right, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're fine with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wait until somebody buys it and then just, take a razor knife to it,
Got that painting loaded with a shredder like Banksy.
Yeah. Yep. Except the shredder's just going to be me with a couple utility knives between my fingers pretending I'm Wolverine,
Or in a full-blown shredder costume.
Yes, but not the guy from Ninja Turtles. I'm going to look like a paper shredder. Yeah. Very accurate. You can still put papers in there and they get shredded.
What if we get you a Ninja Turtle shredder costume and we hire Uncle Phil to just follow you around and do the voice?
Well, Uncle Phil's dead.
What if we get a Ouija board and channel his voice?
I was going to say, are we bringing DMX to that party too?
Yes, we are. It's going to be a fucking slamming party, yo.
Anyone who doesn't know, that's a throwback to something from last week. So go back and listen to the last episode.
Yeah, I forgot Uncle Phil died. Speaking of Uncle Phil.
Oh my.
What's up with this Bel Air drama bullshit?
I don't know. I'll say this. If you're going to try to take a property like The Fresh Prince and reboot it, I'd rather they do it this way than try to reboot it as a comedy.
I mean,
because at least this way it kind of can be compared to it, but it also kind of can't.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because the original version, like the original thing that I heard was that Will Smith was talking about playing basically Uncle Phil or the new Uncle Phil character, to where it would just move forward a generation essentially.
Right.
To where some niece or nephew of his was coming out to, get straightened out basically. And I was like, no, I don't want that.
Like, no one wants this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like I mean, is it supposed to? I don't think it's supposed to be funny, is it?
I think it's supposed to kind of have moments of comedy in it, but it's overall, I think, supposed to be more dramatic. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And it.
Well, hey, look, I have IMDb pulled up right here. Let's pull this up.
It bothers me, honestly. It probably shouldn't bother me, but it bothers me. Right? Because The Fresh Prince is just such a great show.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
Huh?
Okay. I typed in Bel Air and nothing. Like the one I'm looking for did not come up.
Well, I definitely have it pulled up right now.
On IMDb?
Yeah, it's BEL-AIR.
Oh, okay. I didn't put the dash in there.
You done fucked up, Ron.
Sites you don't have to. Most of them just recognize that as a space. So I just. All right, fair enough. All right, I wanted to, because I was gonna look to see what the ratings and or not ratings, but the reviews and stuff basically said.
Right.
We've got 6.1 out of 10 is the overall IMDb rating. I don't think they show the Rotten Tomato scores anymore. They used to. They must not play friendly with them anymore.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I don't know, man. I got the trailer going right now. This is not, the fun and happy Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, exactly.
When, you got Will Smith all goofy with his fucking hat hanging out of a taxi,
Yeah.
There's like gunfire and crying going on here. It's just totally different.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought about giving it a watch just for shits and giggles because, I am a little curious.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Also, I mean, what's with casting like some hunky dude as Uncle Phil? How they ain't going to find, some big old dude to be Uncle Phil?
It looks like he's got Uncle Phil beard, though.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Uncle Phil should look like, a big old teddy bear.
Yeah.
Not some guy that fucking does 43 pull-ups and then drops down and does, diamond push-ups like.
A guy that I'm sure is going to be on the cover of Men's Health at some point soon.
How Uncle Phil went from this to this. Bro, he's dead. Why are you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Rude. Also too soon.
Yeah, right.
R.I.P. Uncle Phil. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's why I said I thought about giving it a shot just out of curiosity, but I'm not like super excited about it. But I've talked to a couple people who've watched it and they liked it. They said it was a good show. So I don't know. Like I said, I think if they launched it as a straight comedy, it probably would be doomed.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's good.
That show was so
up a little bit, but
yeah, because you think about the fact that like Will Smith really hadn't done a ton of acting before that show, and I know he's pretty much just playing himself on it and stuff, but there's some good drama in there, like that episode that ends with him saying like, why doesn't he love me or whatever, and him and Uncle Phil having a tender hug.
Yeah, but I guarantee Uncle Phil is not going to throw Jazz out the front door.
Man, if he does in this one though, I mean
they should write it in there somewhere.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Just as a throwback.
Yeah.
And obviously not. Maybe they'll do it in a way so it's not funny or something. But
oh no, I think they should definitely do it in a funny way, at least once, as just an homage to Uncle Phil. If nothing else, like a little nod, like
Yeah.
We see you.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Sure you do. You love it.
Do I?
Yep.
All right. Now.
Sorry, determined. Sorry.
I mean, okay. So here's a question for you. I don't know if this might be QoftheW material or not.
All right.
But so what comedy sitcom would you remake as a drama show?
Oh man.
I mean, okay, I got one already.
Saved by the Bell? No?
Because it's easy. This is an easy one.
All
Night
right.
Court. That's easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Night
Court actually could function as a little more drama and probably be
100%.
Okay. Shit.
But it's like, I mean, what do you do?
If you want a real depressing one, Cheers.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, it'd be more of the story of these sad alcoholics that keep coming in.
Slow down, where everybody knows your name. Glun, just like guys passed out on the bar.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
cops arresting them. That's it. Where it's like where everybody knows your name. They're getting pulled over for a DUI again.
Yeah. Again, yeah. Like, hey, where's Norm been? They're like, oh, he's under house arrest again. Like
over and over again.
That guy's got more Deweys than Pepsi does. If you catch what I'm saying. Anyway.
Oh, you know what, Brian? I just realized the thing I used to record to make TikToks and shit was not recording this whole time. You motherfucker.
Way to ruin everything.
It was, and I just accidentally turned it off somehow.
Everything ruined. I mean, I can't say Golden Girls because Sex in the City already exists. So, or run if Golden Girls didn't walk. So, what else would be fun? I just love the idea of taking something and just stripping all of it.
That's 100% it.
Like you picture something like Lucy without the shenanigans. Bewitched. Well, we already had Bewitched. That was
and
WandaVision.
Even.
So or Charmed, The Dick Van Dyke Show. They can't figure out why this guy keeps tripping over everything.
It's because he has palsy.
Are you okay? Do you have vertigo? Yeah, it's like that's the whole show. Is they're just trying to figure out why this guy falls over everything. It's very tragic, actually. He keeps getting hurt. He's always got all these bruises on him. Like
everyone just thinks
he's
sad,
in
an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Like, no, I swear I actually fell down the stairs.
I opened the front door and fell down the steps.
Sure you did. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I bet you did, buddy.
Yeah. Right. It took a turn.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what they did here, though,
Yeah.
That's what kind of messes me up is they legitimately took a classic comedy and made it into a drama.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting because really when you strip it down and just look at the core concept of it is that you take someone from the streets and you put them into a posh setting. That's been done to death, right? Like there's been all right. So, and that's really all it is. So it does lend itself to being a drama or a comedy because you really could go different ways with how it pans out.
True.
Because you really could have had it be the opposite way. Instead of Will fitting in and succeeding, Will could have struggled and been the outcast the whole time, really, where he really wasn't all that much, even at their school and stuff, because all the crusty white kids wanted to be like Will.
Now. Yeah.
Except Carl.
And instead, you take this like really, really like rich Beverly Hills kid and you send him to the streets of West Philadelphia.
He's dead in like 2 days. They did an episode of the show where Carlton hangs out with like with like Jazz and Will's like street buddies. And, but, of course, Carlton ends up, coming across as cool to them because he starts going like street or whatever. And, because it's that theme that they keep revisiting in the show about how Carlton isn't black enough. How Will keeps holding him to this, you're not really black kind of a thing. So, they did do that, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I mean, if Will got, beat up and spun around on some dude's head like he did and thrown, I don't know. But yeah, you definitely could have went there. If this was a Disney sequel, that's what would have happened. Cause that's basically what Disney does. They either gender swap or they just take the exact same story and flip it.
For sure.
Or, they even did it in Shrek. If you think about it, like Shrek wanted to be a human and then Fiona wanted to be an ogre. They kind of flip the story because it works. It's just a simple device to, okay, now we can write a movie around it.
They would have whacked the parents.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right. His mom would have got killed and then he would have got sent.
He had no caretaker.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad they didn't go that way. Jeez, man, because everybody loves Vi. I almost said Aunt Vi, but it's like, come on now, like that's Will's mom.
All right, well, I just want to get your input on Bel Air there.
What I think would be hilarious in this show is after 2 seasons, if they replace the woman playing Aunt Viv.
Yes.
They just don't say anything. They just replace her.
That would be pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
So do you think down the line they wait, never mind. That was a sequel to the Cosby Show. Or spin-off from the Cosby Show. Never mind. Yep.
Oh, a different world? Yeah.
My apologies.
I'll tell you what. I do like this idea though of, taking comedies and rebooting them as gritty. Well, not gritty, but just dramas.
They don't have to be gritty depending on the situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Night Court.
Like Night Court.
For sure be a gritty remake.
Oh, I got it. The best one would be Police Squad. Take all the funny out of Police Squad. And it's just Hill Street Blues.
It's just oh, the hell was that freaking show? And the dude showed his ass on TV, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, there you go."
NYPD Blue. Yeah.
You remember when that was a controversy?
You're right.
Oh my God, man! A man ass on fucking network TV.
Well, I think it was more whose ass was getting shown.
But you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's Franz's ass.
You know, really? That's
because right now you can't tell me if they. I can't think of the guy's name. The dude who played Captain America.
Steve Rogers.
Yes. You know, if there was a police show with him in it, and they were like guaranteed his ass every,
show his
you know,
ass, people would be like, finally.
Yeah, hell, I might tune in for it. You know, that's America's ass. You know, you stand up and salute, and you put your hand over your chest.
2022 brings back must see TV.
Yeah, finally. Go ahead, start. We need to have shirts made some more male ass in police procedurals.
Be our next podcast.
Yeah, our group's called MAP because you drop the I, so it's more ass. Well, it'd be Mamu app, but map like MMAPP map. What does that stand for? More male ass in police procedurals. I'm like, what? Okay.
Just trust me. You want to join?
We've just decided that there's all these police shows and firefighter shows and all this out there. There's just not enough men showing their ass. Yeah. Like, how come in movies there's all this full frontal, but we can't even get a little backside on the, on TV?
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's something. That's for sure. It's definitely
it's something, all right. Yep. Yep. So I got one story here that, excuse me, geez. The headline on it is woman quits job to breastfeed boyfriend full time.
Well, that's quite the headline.
Remember when I read something and I was like, this can't be true. Yeah, that's what this was. So, it's from an actual news site though. So I don't know.
So you don't think you're getting fucking like tricked like I get all the time?
I don't really know. I mean, we're going to go through it, a little bit here. Apparently, this woman left her job as a bartender so she could produce enough milk for her boyfriend full time.
I just got the news story pulled up and clicking on images.
She said she was single when she found a website about adult breastfeeding relationships.
Creep she's boyfriends with.
She says, quote, "I've always enjoyed my breast being touched during sex more than anything else, so I knew I would enjoy it," she told The Sun. "I used dating sites, put messages on ABR forums, and even put an advert on Craigslist, but I drew a blank. I started to think I'd never get to try adult breastfeeding," end quote. Whew. Wow. And eventually she started talking with Leeson, her former school boyfriend. Quote, "I thought it was a perfect time to bring up adult breastfeeding and see if he'd be interested," end quote, Mulford said.
Of course she thought that was a perfect time.
Yeah, she gave birth to her daughter 20 years ago and said she had to dry breastfeed her boyfriend every 2 hours and use a breast pump to fool her body into lactating. "I've taken a break from my job because I want to devote everything to making this work," she said. She believes adult breastfeeding will create a magical bond between them, and Leeson, meanwhile, hopes nursing will give his body health benefits.
I hope he's lactose intolerant.
Oh, geez. That'd be
starts,
a mess.
Like they're being all into me, just cutting hot gassers.
Well, oddly enough, that's her take. So they're all, yeah. Dude, every time I hear something about this kind of thing, it's like, listen, not here to yuck anyone's yum as long as everyone is consensual, right? Yes. But it reminds me of from Little Britain that fucking there's that bit where it's the guy, he's like 40 and he brings his girlfriend to meet his parents for the first time. And he's sitting there as they're talking and he looks at his mom and he's like, Bitty. And she's like, oh, and then next thing you know, she's like cuddling him and he's nursing. It's like this full grown dude. And, meanwhile, his girlfriend's like appalled at this.
As you should be.
As you should be.
So okay, I've got the images pulled up here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's moderately attractive in some of these pictures, but then other pictures you're like, oof. Like she's the hot girl at the campsite,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I don't know. And then I look at her dude. This guy's got creeper face. For these guys, they enjoy like pounding bush lattes around bonfires and Ranger 4x4s. I guarantee it. I like how in the background is one picture there's a shark steam mop too. That's because he's shitting himself from all the lactose. I don't even know. The humans produce lactose? I have no idea. I'm assuming she does because look at her.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm actually going to include this one here instead, the one from the sun instead of the one that I had. Yeah.
What is wrong with people, man?
Here's the funniest part, right? Like in the past, whenever we stumble on a story like this, there's a lot of times where I would look for it to try to find it on other sites that don't use these, whatever source that seems weird. But we now live in a world to where I just don't even necessarily question this stuff anymore because everything seems to be believable now.
You're 100% right. It makes me sad. I mean,
like
you make me sad.
Ah, man. Right?
Yeah, I don't even know where to go from here.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so Brian.
Yeah.
What amount of money to breastfeed from this lady? Is there a limit?
I mean,
is there a ceiling here?
So first, so we've got to throw away the fact that I do have a podcast, so there is the for the story angle, to where we might do stuff we might not normally do. So if we throw that away, I don't know. Are we ever really against sucking titties?
Wrong. How old is this lady? Some pictures she looks like she's 50. Other ones she's
36. She's younger than me. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like I've never had I wonder what breast milk tastes like.
Trust me, it's not good. As someone who's accidentally had it. It's like gamey sweetness. It's no bueno.
Dang weird nights at the bar. Yeah.
Of course the guy's name is Brad too. He fucking looks like a Brad.
Yeah.
I was trying to find out how old he is because he looks like he's old too.
Yeah, I was just looking too, and I don't.
Not saying that.
Yikes. Oh. Wow. She had her kid at 16 because they said her kid's 20, but I don't see an age for the boyfriend.
You're not wrong, Brian. Sucking titties is good times. So I guess, and
so
whatever.
I'm just thinking of Peaches or whatever.
Sucking
on my titties.
Oh my God! Wow, that is a special news story you've brought to the show.
Yeah, we've seen over the last few years the stories of a woman feeding, what was it? I forgot what it is, various pets or livestock or whatever it was with their breast milk or a cat or something like that. I don't remember what the hell it was. And, so why not?
Right. Why not?
Why not? I'd kind of like to have his story too. Oh, here we go. He's 36.
He does not look 36. That's a rough 36. At least the pictures I saw.
So. Well, what you don't know is that her breast milk ages him. Oh. So, yeah, in a few weeks he's going to look like 60. It's weird. I don't know how it works that way, but
Benjamin
it does.
Buttons? Or was that the other way around? He was born old and then died like a whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Became like a miscarriage or something. Whatever that. I don't know. Yeah. I remember reading the graphic novel. I didn't really watch the movie. Yeah.
Right. Clearly.
I also have a story, Brian.
Is it about breast milks?
It's weird shit. Right. The Metaverse app allows kids into virtual strip clubs. Hell yeah.
Man.
Now, I have downloaded the VR chat app onto my Oculus. I haven't used it yet. So I haven't explored the Metaverse yet. But I plan on it. Right. I should do it before next week. Next time. Oh, God. Boobly. Oh, my God. I just had a boobly explosion.
You can go see if you can give virtual handies in the chat.
You'll see, in the Metaverse, I'm being sexy, but in my living room, I'm just dropping it low and hurting my back.
Yeah. We go dropping it low and then going to the hospital.
Some apps in virtual reality Metaverse are dangerous by design. A researcher posing as a 13-year-old girl witnessed grooming, sexual material, racist insults, and a rape threat in the virtual reality world.
So it's basically just like going on Xbox
it's like, I mean, you're right. I was like, it's really going on anywhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
It says, well, it's not made by Facebook. Wait, what? Yeah, VR chat. Okay. So it's not made by Facebook. Can be downloaded on the App Store. Maybe I didn't download VR chat. Oh, VR chat is the app that Michelle was playing with because one of her art friends has a virtual gallery you can go to.
Oh,
okay, that's why it sounded familiar.
And give hand jobs. Yeah. Right. As you do at art openings.
This BBC researcher set up a fake account. The real identity was not checked. And then, it says there are rooms where you can meet people. Some are innocents, everyday things like McDonald's. But there's also pole dancing and strip clubs. Yeah. It says children mix freely with adults. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's the fucking internet, and parents should be aware of what their kids are doing. And I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially these days, when anything's available everywhere. But for the love of God, man, just put the parental controls on your Oculus. They exist.
Well, and better than that is, don't make your password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They'll never figure this out.
Your kids.
No, kids are pretty smart.
Yeah, man. I love. Yeah. I personally know somebody who their password was their kid's birthday, and I was like, I couldn't figure out how they got into it. I'm like
you're a special boy.
Yep.
Yeah. So virtual strip clubs, Brian. I kind of want to go check it out because I've seen the avatars you can build. They're not sexy. I don't even understand.
Right. Well, to somebody,
you're not wrong because I guarantee. There is a laundry list of people that when Grand Theft Auto first came out, you could bang in your car. That was probably enough for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's giving me fucking BJ's, man. Now I'm gonna run her over.
Yep.
I mean, it was the move.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the move.
Yeah. So virtual strip clubs, right in the Metaverse. Dude, I should.
All right.
Exciting. I should download this, and I should make a virtual salty language club. That's of course. Why wouldn't it be? It'd be like the Bada Bing from Sopranos. But
or make it old hand job and sandwiches.
Hobos and hand jobs. Wait.
Oh my.
We'll call it. This might be some sort of copyright infringement, but we'll call it Triple H. At least that'll be the logo, and it'll be Heroes, Hobos, and hand jobs. So you can get a nice sandwich and a hobo hand job.
Oddly enough, the hobo hand job is also the name of a sandwich.
100%.
It's just where they give a hand job. They don't wash, then they make your sandwich.
That sandwich that has extra mayo on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't ask about the sauce. Yeah,
the old hobo hand job.
So the hobo fucks your sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he gives it to you. You know,
like, bro, what's up with this roll? Oh, it finished the job. What? Don't worry about it.
I asked for a crustier bread. Yeah, exactly. But that
stabbed me in my balls.
Yeah. Sorry, we only have soft rolls for the hobo hand job sandwich.
Hobo. Oh God. All right, so we gotta get with your nephew. If he's opening up a sandwich truck, he needs the hobo HJ as a sandwich.
Yeah.
or just the HHJ. So, people are like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's the hobo hand job.
Yeah. No, you never tell anyone that. You just make up something else for it. It's like the ham, I don't know, ham halloumi and I don't know, whatever. But you just, or ham hummus, something.
That sounds
right?
fucking terrible.
You just make up some. I know. Yeah, but you just come up with some, food terms that'll work there, and then that's what the sandwich is. But every time you hand one out,
it's our ham Havarti jalapeno sandwich.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, that's it. There's none of those ingredients on here. It's just extra mayo and smells like dirty ass. I don't even understand.
I know, that's the cheese.
This smells like that sack of onions you forgot about in your pantry and it kind of rolled to the back and it gets soft and starts growing. When you open up your pantry and you're like, what is that? And then you look and there's some creature back there. Something out of Dead Space.
You don't age onions?
They started aging themselves. I don't know what happened. I had to wipe out their civilization.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yikes.
Okay, then.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, look forward to the HHJ and the Metaverse, hopefully, if I remember. And if I can, I'm gonna figure this out, Brian. I want to do this so bad.
Yeah. All right. I'm a Oh my. So did you see they it looks like they announced the games for March 2022 for the PlayStation Plus. Yeah, the first one is Ark Survival Evolved. I kind of did too, so I was pretty hopped about playing that. It says Team Sonic Racing.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. All right. It says Ghost Runner's PS5 version. But it also says, and I don't know if this is true or not, I'll have to, but it says standalone version of the multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima Legends is also being added. Which that could be dope because I would like to play the multiplayer mode, which I think would be pretty cool. Yeah, it was like the first DLC around that they added to the game. Yeah. So it's an okay lineup. Yeah, I'm not. It sucks. Like, I always, of course, discount the PS5 one for now. If I ever get a PS5 one, I always add them to my library, though.
You know what? I have been doing that.
So if I ever get a PS5, yeah.
Damn it.
Like, because then eventually, if I ever get one, then I'll have some games to play. I
want to play some Ark, though. Is that a multiplayer game? Are we going to play some Ark, Brian? Are we going to hunt dinosaurs together?
Oh, man, I hope so. Man, we haven't done that since we've been on the prowl at the bar. No, I'm kidding. I kid. We only hunt cougars. Well, I don't really hunt them. They hunt me. I just have to run. It's not my strength. So, yeah. I was looking to see in the review, like I don't normally jump into the comments, but I was waiting for, all the comments to be,
Multiplayer, let's see here. This doesn't tell me anything. Apparently, it seems like it's co-op in some way. I don't know how, I don't know
All
why,
right.
but I'm just doing a little scroll, and it appears to be a co-op game. So that means, Brian, you're going to have to come over, bring a PlayStation. We'll give you all your shit. We'll probably do some dumb videos and eat some food. We'll make us feel like shit for a few days. And then we'll play some
That's a
Art
good
to
plan right
Survive
there.
and hunt dinosaurs together or whatever you do.
The IGN rating on it is 7.7. Nice. So, yeah. Prehistoric beasts is this. Yeah, it's weird. In the IGN review, they don't list whether it's single or multiplayer and stuff too.
You
how dare they? Wow. Looks like the main story, they said, takes about 57 hours to complete. Story with all the side stuff, 280 hours. To do everything in the game, 790 hours. And if you do all the styles, 246 hours.
Well, what that means.
Yeah. I don't either. Don't know.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
No, that's fun. I'm down.
Yeah. Well, I hope there's some. That'd be awesome if there is some sort of. Even if it's couch co-op, I'd be down, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll find out.
We're ballers like that.
If there's not, we'll just cry. No big deal. Yep.
Again and again.
But anyways, yeah. I don't like Sonic Racers. I'll throw it in my downloads, but I'm not like super geeked for that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. The Ghost of Tsushima thing could be cool, especially since I didn't know that it was supposed to be just a standalone thing. I thought you had to have the game in order to play it, but Ghost Runner's got decent reviews and stuff too, but again, that's the PS5 version, so we won't be able to do anything with that for now.
Hail
wah,
to
wah.
Sad pandas.
Sad pandas.
That's fun. What's up?
So I have a question for you. Have you, because I know you're not Johnny Twitter, so are you aware of the Wordle phenomenon that's going on? Do you know what Wordle is?
You said Wordle and my brain started spinning like, what the fuck is a Wordle?
It's a really basic game that is browser-based. Basically, you start by putting in any 5-letter word, okay? And then it will show you, like, if the square comes up green, that means you got the letter corrected in the correct spot. If it's yellow, that means you got a letter that's in the word, but it's in the wrong spot. And then if it's gray, then that means it does not appear in the word at all. And the whole point is you have 6 guesses to try to figure out the word.
I've seen people post screen caps of this online. I didn't know what it was.
Well, it started as just, some guy made this and people were, and it caught on like wildfire on Twitter to where it was like every day everyone's posting their score and all this stuff. And I've been doing it for about a month. And but I don't post my
How dare
scores
you, Brian?
or anything.
You should post it so people can know. I don't know.
Yeah. But and then the New York Times bought it from this guy for, I forgot how much money, a lot. But I was just curious if it was something that it, hit your radar or not.
But I see now. See, I saw the New York Times. I assumed it was a news article. I didn't think it was a, whatever.
Yeah. No. They bought it for, I'm looking for the money amount here. I thought they posted it. I thought it was. It says the price is in the low 7 figures, basically. But,
sold it. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it ends up being a little bit like, almost, it reminds you kind of like when you're solving Sudoku, because you're trying to get things placed where they're supposed to be. And it's funny how simple some of the words can be so frustrating. Because one of the things that it doesn't tell you at all is, let's say you have a word like sleet, right? It's a 5-letter word. There's 2 E's in it. Well, if you put an E in one of those spots, it won't tell you there's another E. So you still have to figure that out on top of it. It's not like Wheel of Fortune where if you, pick E, it's like, oh, here's all the spots where E shows up. So there's some days where I've really struggled with a word until I'm like, oh wait, I bet it's this, and then figure it out. So I think I've done it 27 days, and there's only one day I didn't figure it out, but there's like 3 or 4 of them that it went to the 6th one. So I was on my last guess. But what you find out really quick is your starting word makes a lot of difference. And a lot of people won't tell others what their starting word is, because then if you share that little grid where it doesn't actually tell you, it doesn't spoil what the letters are, it just shows you what they got right or whatever. So people will they don't tell, because like if I tell you what my starting word is and you look at my grid, you might be able to just look at that and figure out, it's almost like cheating basically. So a lot of people like hide their words from other people, which I find humorous.
Like there's money involved.
No, there's not at all. Yeah, and but and if you look online, there's things that'll be like, oh, here's the best word to use, and I don't know. It's weird because they probably have some statistical whatever behind it, but I don't know. I don't agree with them because of my strategy on it. So I don't know. What I'd love to do is find somebody who gets it like on average on 2 or 3 guesses and find out what their word is. I just love to know what it is, because, and then seriously, there's some days where I'll put in like my starter word and get nothing. And I'll be like, fuck. So then it's like, well, I just got to put in some other 5-letter word and, whatever. And, I would love to know people's strategies, just for shits and giggles, because I'd love to hear how people's minds work while trying to solve these things. That's what all of this is getting to. And this is where it's more interesting to me. But nobody wants to really talk about it because nobody wants to give away their word, basically. It's so I know. If anyone wants to know what mine is, I'm not going to put it out there just in case. But if anyone wants to know, contact me. I'll let you know what it is. I don't care. But, I'll say this about it. I'm basically using a Wheel of Fortune approach to it. Right? So, but like I said, there's days where that has not worked at all. You put in your starter word and like I said, you'll get no hits and you're like, okay. Yep. Now what? Then you just cry for a while and then you try something else. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's browser based. Like I think there's apps for it, but I don't think the apps are like official. I think you just play like right through the browser.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Oddly enough, the guy who started it, his last name was Wordle.
Oh, wow, that's pretty funny.
And then he named the game Wordle. Yeah. Yep.
Huh. Yeah, no, it's like I said, this is had not heard about this until you brought it to my attention, Brian.
Yeah. Well, it's what it said. It's interesting. There's some people who play it kind of quietly, and then there's other people who, like, I've seen people on Twitter that will post, and they keep replying to their previous day's post, so they're making a thread of their scores. And I absolutely hate when people do that, because then when they post the newest one, it shows you like the whole thread basically. Yeah, it's like, annoying. I don't care. Yeah, like I have one friend that we share our scores with each other, and that's basically the only person I tell about it, because I'm playing it for myself, because how long have you known me? I love shit like this. I love word games, I love puzzles, that kind of stuff. So it's but there's other ones that have come out, like there was one called Loodle where all the words are like lewd. Yeah, the very first one of those that I did, the word was cunt, and I got it on the first guess. Not cunt. Sorry, it wasn't cunt. It was shit, what was it now? Damn it, now I can't remember. But whatever it was, that was the word I guessed that day. I only did like 3 of those, and the other 2 days I did not get it, because trying to come up with lewd words is much harder than coming up with just 5-letter words in general.
Huh.
So, and I think there's a version of it now that's someone did one where it's all numbers. Like there's different variations, of course, that have kind of popped up. I don't think they're official, but who cares? Whatevs. So there you go. For anyone who didn't know about Wordle, now you do. And if you had no idea what was going on when you look in Twitter and keep seeing these weird green, black, and yellow pictograms or whatever, now you know what they're all about.
Yeah, I had no idea. I knew it was something.
Yep. Yeah.
But,
Well, if you didn't know, now you know.
Weird.
So, yeah. Yep. That's all I got for the week. I don't think I have anything else.
No.
Unless you do.
I'm tapped out myself.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Q of the W's, I guess.
Let me see here. So last week, we asked y'all. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's like
I can tell you what it is if you need me.
But it cuts it off because I'm in the goddamn Facebook Creator Studio that I hate.
Yeah, it's the if a friendly alien came visited you, what would you feed them? I believe, or what? But I can't remember the exact wording now. But it had to do with like what was in your kitchen right now that you would feed them, basically.
On Face page, Kiki, she says street tacos or beer. I don't know how to pronounce this. Birria tacos. I know the
that's a
taco place up the road here just started advertising those on Facebook. I mean, they look delicious. I want to get some. But street tacos or birria tacos? Because tacos are peace and love and for sharing most of the time. Fair enough. Yeah.
Can't disagree with that.
I dig it. Valerie, she says a grilled cheese because it's always delicious, and I don't know how willing I'd be to have aliens in my house.
She knows we're talking about like space aliens, right?
I hope so.
I'm kidding. Yeah. That would be pretty weird though, right? I mean, you open your door and, or you look out you look out the little thing or see on your Ring gimmick,
right?
Like some random ass alien standing outside. You're like, oh man, now I got to feed these motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yeah. Like you came at the wrong time. All I got is some cereal.
That's hilarious, Brian.
No milk.
Is if you recall when we were doing this or before we were recording, I was like, oh shoot, we've got comments on Facebook and on Instagram. Goddamn Creator Studio. I clicked the Instagram logo and it's like, connect your account. It has been connected. So let me just go over to Instagram proper.
Jeez. Yeah, you're right, though. It's been connected 100%.
Hate Facebook Creator Studio.
Jeez.
It's the worst,
yeah, it's pretty awful sometimes.
All right. Stephanie Menard. I haven't talked to her in a while. She says, a hot dog. Yeah. Lips and assholes is the best intro to Earth I can think of. That's hilarious.
I mean, that could be taken various ways, funny. But all right. Yeah. A hobo hand job. That's what you give them.
And then Steve Zero, he says a bowl of cereal. Then I'll explain they were eating baby cow juice and burned wheat mash coated in plant extract energy crystals.
That sounds delicious, I gotta say. I mean, I don't know why the cereal companies don't promote it that way.
Fucking shit sounds delicious.
Yeah. Sounds pretty metal. Yeah. What's going on here? All right. So that's all you got then?
I got over here.
All right. Well, I got one from one Mr. Cheeto Bandito. And he says, food for friendly alien. I was going to say a classic PB&J, but I don't know. Do aliens have nut allergies? Could peanut butter have made Alien a way shorter movie?
That's hilarious.
Oh, man, it'd be hilarious. Yeah. Anywho, outside of the parameters of the original question, depending on the time of the year, in the winter, it would be a batch of homemade chili and cornbread. In the warmer months, maybe I would make a pizza on the grill or build a fire and make a roast in the Dutch oven. These are all
Hell
sexual
yeah.
things, I assume. Not. Yeah, right. He says, now if I must simply work out of the pantry and fridge, I'll go with some spaghetti and meat sauce with good old bread and butter. Who else is hungry?
I mean, I do love chili and cornbread.
Hate to tell him, though, aliens notorious for having gluten allergies.
True. Very, very clean eaters.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I got. So, all right, we'll go with one off of my list this time, I guess. 1 through 15.
10.
10? All right. What do a lot of people do nonchalantly that is actually quite rude? Man, I think I got my answer for this.
A couple things I'm trying to think of if it's actually that offensive.
Mine is cutting you off while you're talking.
Fair enough.
You know, a lot of people want like, you know how it is, you get excited in a conversation sometimes, and most of the time like people aren't meaning to cut you off, but it's like, you know, good conversation is you keep your trap shut until the other person's basically done, and then throw your opinion out there. But there's so many people who just do it all the time, and you're like, I wasn't done. And the worst part is like, if like you're trying to make a point and then they cut you off, like, well, why haven't you been? It's like, I'm trying to tell you, you know, like, so
I very much used to work with a guy that when you had a conversation with him, it was just having a conversation. He was having a conversation at you. That's all it was.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people are that way.
Get on here.
Take off. Oh, wait.
I think the thing for me would be, because I see it a lot and it drives me insane. I'm a door holder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people that just walk into places and don't bother.
I thought you worked at a place that makes glass.
Yeah, no, people, you know, people that do that shit, they just walk in, don't even look behind them, don't even acknowledge anyone's presence that might be around them. Just hold the fucking door. Just put even if you're like half-ass fake it, just that little like arm trailing behind you is enough for me. You know?
Right. Yeah, where you barely give it that shove with like your pinky,
like
basically.
If I see that, I'm like, it's better to nothing at all.
Right. The worst are the ones that look right at you and then don't hold the door in any way or push it or something. Those are the ones. I mean, and yeah, we're all mostly capable of opening the door ourselves, but there is just something nice about that. You know, being acknowledged and someone's, oh, hey, you know, give it a little push so that you can grab
definitely just
the door for it.
Been the guy that will look behind me and there's someone like, I do it at work all the time. When we're leaving, I look, there's someone like 10 feet behind me. I'm like, psh, I'll just hold the door for them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it all the time too. Yeah. I mean, there's a limit, you know, like if they're a good distance back, I'm not going to hold the door, but there's also been times where I'm like, the door's kind of closing, but then I see them pick their pace up and I'm like, oh, they're anticipating that I'm holding this. So I'm going to go ahead and hold it for them because they are trying to get up here to kind of show appreciation that the door's being held. So, you know, no worries. Yeah, I'm with you. That's a good one. I think the other one for me would be just the not putting carts away. Because that bugs me so much. Dude, the other day, it was so windy here. And I went to Kroger. And when I came out, you know, I had a cart. And I turned and I saw one that someone had, you know, just left out or whatever. And my mom was like, yeah, she's like, at one point I thought I was going to have to get out because she's like, the wind was blowing it directly at my car. But I guess it turned and kind of stopped. So I walked over and I grabbed that one. And then after I put those away, I turned and there was another one blocking, like it was directly in the middle of the way. So I just grabbed that one real quick. And they were all really close to one another too. You know, so I just grabbed that one. But it was like, you know, I took another 2 minutes to do that. It really didn't change my day at all as far as, you know, oh, I just don't have time. It's like, oh, come on, just, you know, put your cart away. The ones, of course, the ones that bug me the most are where they're sitting like 3 feet from the thing. And I've talked about that on here before, but it's like, I know they pay people to do it, but it's like, it's still so rude to, because it could tear up someone's car or what. Or like that one, it was in the road. It was literally in the way. Like somebody was going to, if you wanted to drive through there, you would have had to have gotten out and moved it. Well, I guess you could just hit it. But, if you're a real asshole, you just hit it into another car or something. But, right. But that kind of stuff, I think those are the things that kind of chap my ass pretty quick. And people are very just meh about the whole thing, like they don't even think twice about it. Yeah.
I've said it 8 million times before on the show, but in the illustrious words of Slipknot, Brian, people equal shit.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say. No. I don't really know. I could have just pulled any other lyric and it wouldn't have made any sense.
Maybe, who knows?
Probably, I don't know. Yeah. All right, so there you go. Our QoftheW this week. What do a lot of people do nonchalantly that is actually quite rude? Rick Rudest.
Show me what you got.
Yeah. So there you go. I believe that's an episode, my friend.
We accomplished an ep.
Yep. So head on over to saltylanguage.com. Check out the past episodes. Check out all the enthusiast episodes that we have over there. You can find the link for the network that we're part of.
Oh, I almost always hit the wrong one.
Tangentbound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows there. And if you're looking to start a show, maybe hit up Mark and his crew and see if they can help you out a little bit there. And of course, if you talk to Mark, you gotta tell him Tony misses him. He just wants to smell his neck.
Yes, exactly.
I just I don't know if Mark actually listens, but I just love the idea of trying to make it sound as creepy as possible. So if he does listen,
right.
Yeah, he's either very aroused or extremely aroused.
If you're watching the YouTube portion of this program right now, I pulled up I made like a image of our links on it. And I've come to realize I'm looking at it, I don't have a link to YouTube, which is Salty Language Pod. So I will remedy that by the time the next episode comes up.
Jeez, what are you doing? No wonder why our numbers aren't.
I got enough room. I can squeeze it in.
I'm sure as soon as you do that, our numbers will rocket.
Exactly.
Millions.
Watch out, whatever big YouTube channels that are out there. We're coming.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. If you want to reach out to us on social medias, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
Me on Instagram at the monotony, monotony, whatever. Salty Language is on TikTok at Salty Language, and check me out on Twitch, Twitch TV, twitch.tv/damndirtyape with a 1 instead of an I. Because it's a cool gamer. At least it's not like XX_XXX69 nights dirty ape or whatever.
That was your last username. Yeah, until I was like, dude, this is right out.
Or no, I responded to a TikTok a long time ago. It was just like, what was your first gamer tag? Do you remember your first gamer tag was? It has always been Stunami.
It was probably Stunami. It was either that or Ninjitsu, because those are the two I've used the most. So odds are it was one of those two. Because I can't really remember using, especially because if it was an older one, it would have had to have been Stunami, because that was before. Like now, if I try to use that on different platforms, most of the time it's taken.
Yeah.
So I usually will default to something else. But at the time, probably Stunami, because I think on PlayStation I'm Stunami, and I think that's because I had that before Xbox, because on Xbox I'm Ninjitsu, because I think Stunami was already taken, so because that was 2 or 3 years later, Because remember, I didn't get an Xbox for a while. Yeah. So, and as far as like any other games that I played, like, you know, if you had to have an online login, I'm pretty sure it was always Tsunami. Because I can't remember how many times I've explained where that came from to people. So,
see, my first gamer tag, like legit paid for it gamer tag, was Flat Rock Pete. Yeah,
I remember that.
When we did like Halo Link parties, I was always Damn Dirty Ape because it made me laugh because, you know, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So Damn Dirty Ape, I think, is a far superior one. I've been Damn Dirty Ape for a long time. That's my that's
you
my
have
like Discord handle. That's my handle on a lot of platforms.
Yeah, that's the way I usually am. Is I usually try Tsunami, but like I said, over the years it's become harder and harder because there's other people using it too. So usually I'll switch to ninjutsu. Yep. So that's why I said it's usually one or the other. I don't remember if there was another one I used for a short time because there was something I was playing on and ninjutsu was taken also, although it very well could have been mine and I just forgot that it was mine.
I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, because usually what I'll end up doing is I'll just make some pun off of my name.
Sure.
That's what I end up doing a lot of times. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't have any real good other ones that I used first. Now, here's a quick question for you, even though I know we're in the wrap up portion. Do you remember? It doesn't even have to be the first, but some old game where you got to put like Dragon Quest or whatever, where you got to create your own character. Do you remember like an old name that now when you think about it, you're like, oh my God, how stupid was that?
I don't remember
that
anymore.
I remember mine from Dragon Quest because it was or one of them like that, some game like that, because I called the guy Death Axe. And it's just like looking at it now, it's like, wow, that's so not great.
Like if I remember right from from like Dragon Warrior and all that, I think I named my guy like the name of whatever the sword and the shield you find was like Elric's sword or something like that, and Elric's shield or whatever it was, and I named him that because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the guy that gets that's my stuff.
Now if you play the game, you name him Pickle Elric.
Yeah.
Pick Elric. Yes. Elric. Or Lit Elric. Yeah.
Basically now whenever I make characters of games, that I just name them goofy shit now because it makes me laugh.
I do too. It's just like when you name your animals in Stardew Valley, I name them stuff like milkers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just dumb shit. So, yep. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, well, I mean, my main character in that game, I just called him Stu, but the rest of any animal, when I get them, it's always just some dumb name that has to do with it's like even in the word game that I play, they had this butterfly event where you could name the butterflies, and I named all of them ass or titties. Like over and over again. So when you read down the list, it's like ass, titties, ass, titties. Yeah. Ass, titties, ass, and titties. So yeah, that's just the dumb shit that I do. So yeah,
dumb shit's fun. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, we've already said all the socials and all that whatnot. So I believe it's the point where I say, "Hey, have a beer. You'll be fine."
It's the point where I say, "Stay salty, everybody." And
what?
If it loads, it's taking forever. A calm sea does not make a skilled sailor with your dick out.
I mean, you got to have an oar. You don't want to be, out there with no oar.
As fun as they've been in the past.
Although the concept of the the rough sea blowing around you, you standing there, dick out.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, well, old friend, we've gotten ourselves into a mess
again, fella.
Yeah.